Glad that everybody could join us this morning. Um, and we're going to go ahead and get started. Ian, did you have something to start, or you wanted to go towards the end? How did you? I know Ian said you wanted to say a few things as well.
Yeah, I'll take over towards the end.
All right, that works. So this month, this meeting's about um, defensive driving, but from a standpoint of avoiding theft. I have David here. We're going to get started with some things. If anybody has any questions or some input, for share with the group some best practices, some things maybe you do out there to remain safe and keep your vehicle secure. Always feel free to interject when that time comes. But at this point, we'll go ahead and get started. And we have David here. David?
You want me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Good morning, everyone. I think it's still morning. Yeah, it's 11:30. I'm going to talk about something first of all that probably is not in the agenda, but we've had some experience back here with it, and that is COVID-19. I've had two drivers who went back with their families and had family reunions and got exposed to family members that weren't part of their cohort. And the thing that I did was to park them for the week and then have them tested before they could come back to work. The reason being is that there's a new deadly strain. In fact, there's supposedly 4 new strains of COVID. They are 30 to 70% more transmissible and 30% more deadly. So be really, really careful about your family members, who's involved in that and who's not. You can buy some surgical masks at Costco and other stores, places like that. Have those among the family members, and make sure that you keep your family restricted to just those members who you're in contact with all the time. Because becoming ill, or having that, you can infect your driver, your co-driver, and their family members. This is very, very serious. At this point, we're over 400,000, almost 450,000 deaths. And you need to be a lot more aware, especially considering that the new COVID thing is even more deadly and more transmissible than the one that we started out with. Okay. Having said that, as far as personal safety is concerned, there is nothing that you carry, either the truck or the equipment or the packages, that are worth your personal safety. If you are confronted with someone who wants to take the truck, don't argue with them. Let them take it. Okay? Just keep track of as much as you can. Stay away from them. Let them have it. There's nothing there that's as valuable as your life or your well-being. Okay? When it comes to being on the road, be alert that there are people that follow you. Sometimes, and especially during the day, you can see that a certain car or a certain truck is following you. Sometimes I have pulled off the road, pulled off on a ramp, and gotten back on the ramp a little bit later on the next exit, is to see if someone is actually following you because they trust you as a driver, or they may be looking out as waiting for you to do something that they can take you. When you are parking, try to park in a lighted area or an area that is heavily trafficked, so that you're not exposed. You're not parked way out in the end by yourself. In my trucks, I have 2 keys. One key that stays in the ignition for the co-driver, and I have the co-driver lock the truck before they get out. There was an incident last year, not with a FedEx truck, but with another truck, where they found a female driver who had been beaten to death in her cab because she had left. It was hot, and she had left her cab open. and they got in and just beat her to death. So there are lots of people who do stupid, dumb things and criminal things just for doing them. So be safe with that. Be aware of your surroundings when you do park. Be aware of people that are watching you, people that are just standing around, just waiting. Be aware of those things. If you come out of a come or go foot, if you're parked and you come back to your truck, always inspect your truck. See that your doors are closed. See that you have a dolly. Make sure your dolly kingpin lock has not been pulled. That's another thing that people have done. They pull the kingpin, you drop the back trailer, and then they come and get the trailer. So it's just a matter of being alert, being aware, and not doing things that expose you to what other people are going to do. Lock your doors. Inspect your truck. Check your dolly kingpin as you get out. Check your tires. Check the truck and do it time you get out. Just do a quick walk around. Okay? Any questions?
No, I'm good.
Okay, now some contractors I know put locks on the trailers. If you're going to put a lock on your trailer, make sure you can get to it, and make sure you take it off before you leave it in the yard. FedEx does not like that. Some of the seals are just seals. Some of them are metal. Metal seals you don't have to worry about putting a lock on, but some just a little plastic seal that goes on it. If you're going to put a lock on it, make sure you put one that can be removed easily, and be sure to take it with you. Anything else?
I want to mention a couple of things too. Number one, when I was thinking about this topic, some of the things that my mind went was some of the most common places where tractors and or trailers are stolen is at fuel stations or rest stops. And it seems that when you look at some of these cases, or majority of them, the driver went in to take a shower and didn't lock up the vehicle, or just made an assumption that I'm in a good area of the state or this particular city. It's very well lit. It's, I come here all the time, so everybody knows me, and the truck gets stolen. Another one is, I know like here in Rialto, there is an off-site yard where it's probably a few miles away from the actual hub, Rialto hub, and contractors leave their tractors there. I would assume that's another common place or an easy place where a truck can get stolen if it's not secured. And I think that's one of the worst things that could happen, where you go inside of a location, or you come back out from, taking a shower or using the restroom or getting ready to try to start your week, and your truck is gone because of negligence. Like David mentioned, if you're in the truck and someone wants to take it, that's something totally different. But in terms of negligence and not performing your due diligence or thinking ahead on what could potentially happen, can be very, very be a very tough situation. And also, people at truck stops and or rest stops, or different locations where they're misrepresenting themselves and trying to approach your vehicle. It's one of the other reasons why DOT always wants people approved, and I know FedEx requires that too, but people to have background checks done on them and have authorized passengers. You shouldn't just have random people inside your trucks. And a lot of that, one of the other important aspects of that is just security. You bring somebody inside your truck, whether for whatever reason, and things go bad, and they steal your truck, they put you in harm's way. But these are situations that you should avoid allowing to happen or letting people get close to you that could have the intention to do harm. So be mindful of that. Sometimes people out there, I know I read it where in Florida it's very, very common issue where trucks get stolen. Not particularly sure why that is, but just be mindful of where you are, where you leave your truck. Try to carry your keys with you, and keep your vehicle in a position where it's easily accessible and seen, maybe under lighting or cameras around. But don't make yourself a target either by being negligent, because people pick up on it, especially if you're a regular at certain locations. Ian?
Okay, I'm ready. Yeah. So concerning the, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So concerning the FedEx updates, this peak season went really, really well. There were no accidents for the Ocala hub, and we also didn't have any accidents. So everything went really great. Along with that, I also like to say, thank you to everyone that worked very, very hard this peak season. I know I saw a lot of you guys out there, and we did a really good job. And just an important reminder is that if you wear corrective lenses or contacts, that you need to wear them at all times, especially if you get stopped during an inspection, because that's something that the enforcement officer is going to be looking out for. And then for our own personal Lugmo updates, we wanted to say thank you for working very hard during this peak season. And soon we'll be releasing the anniversary dates. That way you guys could take your vacations. And remember to do your safety meetings. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Anybody have any questions, comments, anything they've seen out there that might be beneficial to new drivers or anything like that? All right, I think that's all we have on the agenda. Thank you everyone for your time. Continue to be diligent in your efforts to maintain safety and security of your vehicles. Have a safe and a good rest of the week. And thank you. Talk soon.
Bye. Take care.
Bye bye.